using my phone. What's up? Yeah.
So, welcome back. Week what? You guys got
Week 15,
show like 13, I believe.
13.
And we are brought to you by the Vast Bank, executively produced by Toby B. O'Keene. Got that right? Wow.
Yep.
So far, so good. I'm Matt. Jared, Juice, what's up?
What's up?
We got Christian back there. What's up, Christian?
Yo, man. What's up, dude?
Christian said yo, I'm sure.
I turned the mic on briefly so we could hear him, but he didn't say anything.
We are here to help you make a DraftKings lineup for a Sunday, Monday slate that we play in Rays League. We generally start off by kind of recapping what happened in Rays League. My understanding is Gardy won convincingly.
Good job, Gardy.
Let's see. Yeah, Gardy won.
None of us did real well, but you guys stayed in the top 10 in the standings, right?
No, neither of us. We're 28th and 30th.
No, in
No,
the
in the
overall.
overall.
Oh, in the overall. Oh, nice. Good.
I think the show is ahead.
Yeah, no, it's like within 3 or 4 points. Both of you are. I can't remember, but yes, you both are in the top 10.
I feel like
That's good.
the show is ahead by 3 points.
Well, we
I
can
could be
definitely
wrong.
look that up.
Yeah, Gardy won by 20 points this week.
Yes, impressive performance by Gardy. Let's see, who else? Anybody else up there exciting?
Chico Sneeko, you know him?
No, but hi, Chico. Good job.
So Gardy 1 is now down by 110 points to McMillan P.
So he's caught up.
Overall, he's catching up.
Okay.
Nice.
What place is he in?
Gardy's in second.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's a big jump.
And we are now 200 points away from first.
Wow.
So how far are we from third?
Most importantly,
Yeah.
We are 60 points away from
Oh, that's
third.
not bad at all.
Total
3
striking
weeks ago.
distance.
Yeah.
I mean, Gardy just made up so many points on people last week, so
Yeah.
we can do the same. How about what about the Millie Maker? Let's press the button.
The Millie Maker.
Where was everybody? Where were the big score come from?
So at quarterback, they had Brock Purdy with 25.42 points. Rashad White, 24.5.
Been a lot of good lineups with Rashard White this year.
Joe Mixon, 21.5.
Never played him still.
I won't play Joe
No,
Mixon.
me either. Debo Samuel, 37.
Man,
This is like back-to-back for Debo Samuel. DJ Moore, 26.8. Garrett Wilson, 23.1. Evan Ingram, 32.5.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Drake London, 32.2, and he was chalk, right? He was,
Very chalk.
yeah. And then Seahawks was 6 points for a total of 229.
Oh, so what did Gardy score?
Gardy scored, I think, is 177. I'll double check,
Not too bad.
but he, like 60 points off from the top dude there.
I want to give us a little pat on the back, though, because our cash lineup finished 91st out of 1,150 lineups
Oh, you entered the cash lineup?
in a double up. Yeah,
What was,
Nice.
like
what was
a
your
$25 double up,
what was your total?
166.
Oh, nice.
Cash lineup's done well all year. I mean, we haven't lost. The only loss we had in recent weeks was on the overtime, the 59-yard field goal overtime.
And I want to give props to JM to win, your boy.
Oh, yeah?
I listened to his. He's actually one of my favorite listen tos of the week.
Who's JM Wynn?
He's my brother-in-law.
Oh, okay. Up in Seattle? Or
Yeah, he used to work for Roto Grinders. He's got his own website.
He's got his
he's
own
a-
podcast now?
Which
Several
when I'm done with this,
podcasts,
I'm gonna ask you something.
Yeah.
I'll have to
but
get the link.
Does
I'll listen.
Does he live in Arkansas or something?
He lives in Portland,
Okay.
or in Oregon, not in Portland, but close to Portland.
Okay. I listened to his pod last week or a show he was on. He was talking about everyone was really high on Alvin Kamara.
Mm-hmm.
And he was going the other way, saying that Carolina's so good against pass-catching running backs. He was right. So, unfortunately, I didn't listen to him. I played a lot
I
of
played Kamara.
and I should have listened to him. I think I would have done a lot better. But then that brings me to my next point. If you're a part owner of this website, why don't we have access to this? We need a free sub. Pivot, man. Come on.
I'll see what I can do. I don't know.
Yeah, Dude, come on.
Make it happen, Jared.
Make it happen. All right. So that's my little rant or whatever.
I did terrible, in case anybody was wondering. I almost 100% snowflakes. I'm still going for the 100% snowflakes at some point. Didn't get there. Not quite there, but very close. I am not a factor, so I just need a win. So you guys need consistent scores.
You need to just go for the home runs.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we're just gonna see if we can hit it out of the park. Okay. Well, let's hindsight. Any other hindsight? Oh, I think we'd be amiss if we didn't mention the Chase Brown call last week by Jared. Oftentimes, Jared gets teased and ridiculed about his insertions. I think that was one of them. And wow, that guy running down the field, I was like, oh my God, he did it. And you ended up finding a way to get him in the lineup after not having him in the lineup. So good job, Jared. That helped.
I've noticed a pattern to see if you concur.
Okay.
When Jared becomes radio silent Sunday mornings,
He's changing
I
things.
think he's changing his lineup.
Yeah.
Have you not noticed
Yeah, I
that?
think that might be a fair pattern.
I think that's
Things
what
are getting tinkered with, right?
yes,
There's
the lab is being worked on.
hey, Jared, let's see that lineup. Nothing.
I'm busy right now,
Hey, can we see the show lineup, Jared?
I'm messing with it.
which is fine. It's basically his lineup. So.
It didn't work out very well. I mean, the only good plays I had was Brown and Isaiah Likely. That was it. Everything else.
Two good plays. Yeah, we didn't play quite enough chalk, huh?
No. And the Browns' defense was good. They've got 12 points.
I
But
haven't played a good defense in a while. I mean, I did not get a snowflake on my defense, though, so that's good. That's one of the positions I did. Well, do you have the Rays top 10 up there?
I don't, but I can probably
I have
pull
it.
up
I have
real
it.
quick.
Let's give the top 10 a shout
Are
out.
you talking about the
Overall.
season long or yeah?
Overall,
Okay. Let me pull it. So number 1 is McMillan P.
good job. He's been ahead for a while,
Number 2 is Guardy 1.
building steam.
Full to seat 4.
I forget who that is.
HL Kings is 4th.
Don't know who that is.
Momola is 5th.
Don't know who that.
Momola, I'm issuing you an invitation to come on the show because I do a lot of NBA, right?
Right, Momola's
And,
there.
Momola is always like, I always see him in
in
my
your
contest.
contest,
Yeah.
We'll have to find out who Momola is.
And then Vegas J Dub,
Not sure who that is.
6th. Driver CD is 7th. Juicy Hawk is 8th. And
that's-
then I'm Red Ryan is 9th.
See?
Nice.
And Chantarage is 10th.
Well, Brett was in the top 10. He's got to get back up there. And Brian was in the top 10. So, guys, we need a big week from all of us this
Yep.
week. Stay in it. We got, what, 4 more weeks?
Week 5, 4 more weeks.
4 more
regular
weeks? That's
season.
a lot of
That's-
time.
that's a
Lots
lot
of
of
time.
time.
I mean,
Yeah.
things change drastically.
It's almost 25% of the season, man, if you think about it.
Well, let's transition to this week. Play our favorite game. Are we ready for? Do we 50 cent piece? Or do we want to
I
talk
think
about
it's
weather?
50-cent piece.
50-cent piece.
Let's do it. This is the segment of the show where Juice will share with us what games Vegas thinks are going to go over 50, if any. We'll share what games we think might go over 50 and which games we're trying to stay away on. I've done a little research this week. Have you done any, Jared?
None.
Well, then you do most of the guessing. How many games do you think, Jared, are going to be over 50? Or Vegas has predicted over 50?
Are we including the entire week? Because there's a Saturday slate as well.
I think we're just doing Sunday, Monday.
Okay. Just
Okay.
want to make sure.
Sunday, Monday, yeah. All right. It's looking like to me there's one.
I think there's 1 or 2.
Is there 2? I saw a second that could be potentially up there, but
There are.
judging from the history of this
There
year.
are 2.
Oh wow. So is it Washington Rams
Correct.
That's 1.
and then Houston Tennessee?
No.
No. What? Miami Jets.
Let's just say the entire slate.
Dallas Buffalo.
There we go.
There we go. Yay. I will say this, looking at like kind of early look, the 12 o'clock slate, the early slate, you have a 33.5, 38, 37, 37, 39, 37 point total. And until you get to the Buccaneers Packers, you're above 40 points.
Wow.
That's a lot of oofs in that.
Yeah. A lot
So
of
the noon
ugliness.
game's not very exciting.
A lot of ugliness in the earlier games. Not pretty.
Not pretty.
All right, then.
Want to go to weather?
Sure, let's
This is a
transition.
news segment, really.
So the Juice famously is part meteorologist, part DFS forecaster. This is time of year where weather starts being a factor. We didn't see a whole lot of weather issues last week, right? There's
No, there's like one game.
I
that-
will disagree with you, though.
some severe rain.
I'm gonna. So, I don't know if you remember last week we talked about the weather.
We did.
Remember, we talked about how we overestimate the weather. At least I felt that.
Right.
Right. Well, it directly impacted my lineups last week
Okay.
because the Baltimore. Who did they play? The Ravens.
Who was it? I can't remember.
Might have been the Rams.
Yeah, it was the.
Baltimore
I think it was the
and
Rams.
Yeah,
I'll double check.
But anyway, I was really kind of worried about the weather. Nothing happened, and the game kind of went off.
Yeah.
It was the Rams.
There was definitely some weather though.
Yeah,
But,
there was weather concerns, but it turned out to be really nothing, and Baltimore went off.
Right.
So I played 0 Lamar Jackson because of it, and really none of the Rams either. Like,
So I guess you're saying as we do this segment,
take it with a grain of salt.
we're gonna do it.
And we're looking at weather on Friday. We probably would be better served looking at weather on Sunday. But with that being said, there's 2 games that have weather concerns.
Chicago, Cleveland.
Nope.
Oh wow.
Atlanta at Carolina.
Okay.
Rain looks likely. Winds around 15 miles an hour with gusts around 25. This one looks ugly. The Jets in Miami, chance for rain.
Oh, really?
Winds 20 miles an hour sustained with gusts up to 35 miles an hour.
That's in Florida too, right?
Yes.
Wow.
So my big thing with weather is rain is the most problematic in my opinion because you can't throw the ball.
Yeah.
So there you go. I think that those are really the 2 main concerns this week for weather.
So you would think running backs might get a little bit more play in those games, right?
Possibly.
Okay. Well, that was. Thank you for the weather update. There you go, meteorologist Juice,
Yes.
with all your weather updates. Okay. Let's definitely fan favorite here. Let's guess the chalk.
Let's do it.
This is where Jared and I try to guess who the public is playing this week. Generally, we are very wrong, though we're getting better.
Yeah, I think I got the number 1
Have
quarterback.
you guys ever seen Anchorman?
I have.
Yeah, love that movie.
Maybe next week for weather, I bring a stick of butter and start eating it like the weather guy on Anchorman.
So Jared's looking all prepared. He thinks he's got the number 1 quarterback for
I
this
do.
week. You got the now. This
You
is
know what
just
he's doing?
this is just main slate, right?
He's going on his website that he owns and he's pulling up.
I don't. I'm on DraftKings right now.
So is this clue? This is just main slate here or Sunday
This
night?
is main slate.
Okay. Give it to us, Jared.
Matthew Stafford.
I think that's probably correct.
Number 1.
Wow. Look at that start.
Wow.
Easy chalk.
He's been on a run,
This
and
is
he's
little to no research, mind
Right.
you. I mean, this is he just does this.
yeah.
Brock Purdy second.
I don't come prepared.
Third.
Makes the
Third.
show better, right? If I don't know what I'm doing, and then
It does make it
it
better
look
when
like
you're-
I do know what I'm doing.
I think Matt, you will get number 2 if you think about him, and he's someone that you've liked all season long.
Oh,
I got him.
Sam Howell.
Yep.
Yeah. Look at this. It's pretty chalky. The chalk is clear this week
Number
in the quarter.
4 is surprising to me.
Who is
Number
it?
4.
I mean, it's surprising, but it's not.
Okay,
It's just surprising that
Prescott.
he's come so far so fast.
let's see if he's even.
Will
in this
Levis.
slate.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh
Look at
wow!
this.
Wow, good job.
We're killing it.
Nice. I wasn't good with Browning, but I wasn't sure if he was in the main slate. But no, he already.
He's Saturday, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so who's 5?
Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
Baker Mayfield.
With the matchup against Green Bay, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Where's Joe Flacco on that list?
He is a little bit down. I'd say 11th.
11th. That's not bad.
Chicago's defense has been surprisingly pretty good.
Yeah.
Last
That could be a
couple
low
weeks.
scoring game.
You want the top 10 or?
Yeah, give us the top 10.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 10th is Patrick Mahomes. 9th, Jordan Love. Justin Fields. Dak Prescott. Josh Allen. Matthew Stafford is 20% owned.
Wow.
Projected ownership.
I think there's going to be that's the game everybody's focusing on.
I think it's chalk that I want to snort, though.
Yeah, Stafford.
Yeah.
And I bet you're someone noting your boy, right?
I can't decide between Cup or Puka this week.
Well, let's switch over to wrong button. How about some running backs? You think you got the running back, Jared, since you just nailed that?
I don't know about the running back. I struggle with the running backs.
I think you guys will do
I'm going to try Kyron Williams.
number 1.
Oh, wow.
Bam.
Nice.
Bam.
Seems to be a theme.
Christian's like impressed.
I'm sure.
It's like, are you guys pros at this? Or what?
You got a second guess?
Where's Ezekiel Elliott on that?
Number 2.
Ooh.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. Must be
This
late
is
in
the
the
best
year.
showing ever.
We're doing well here.
Let's not even build a lineup. Let's just go home. It's not going to get any better than this.
It's all downhill from here.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if we should just give up, not try our luck and see if we can guess 3 or just move on.
Guess. You guys are on a roll.
Alvin Kamara.
No.
all right, Bjorn Robinson.
Jordan Robinson.
Bjorn Robin.
He's, I think, around 10.
Okay.
Good name, though. Good
Bjorn
job on the
Robin.
name. Okay. Give us the top 10.
Okay. Bjorn is 10th. Derrick Henry's 9th. Rashad White is 8th. James Conner 7th. Antonio Gibson 6th.
Oh, yeah.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, everyone's darling from last week,
Ugh.
dudded. I won't
What?
play him.
Yeah, I'm not going to play him. I have
Period.
no interest.
Tony Pollard, McCaffrey, Zeke, and Kyron Williams.
The Swellcast guys call that donkey chonk,
Yes.
which was a term I hadn't heard until this last week, and I enjoyed it.
What does it? Was it mean like bad chalk or
Yeah,
something?
just
Yeah.
donkey chalk. when you're
Okay.
playing. Yes, I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire was definitely donkey chalk.
I won't play him probably ever again.
Where was
No.
Christian McCaffrey on that list?
Third
Was he
or
third?
fourth?
Third. Okay.
Third, yes.
So, the usuals.
Eh,
A lot of the usuals.
I mean, if you want to call Ezekiel Elliott,
well,
usual.
that's true. It's so weird that the players that are coming to fruition late in
Yeah.
fantasy here, like, who would have guessed at the beginning of the season that Ezekiel Elliott, Hubbard, DeVito,
Yeah.
these are names you want on your fantasy team, right?
Yeah. This is interesting. Last week, Christian McCaffrey hit his rushing yards line on the very first play of the game.
Yeah, he got like a 73-yarder and got
That was his
tackled
over.
at the 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they take him out. And then
And Mason scored, right?
Unbelievable.
That's great. Okay, let's go to wide receiver. This
I have a question for you about that.
sure.
Because you're the football guy. You're the ex-player.
Okay. Yeah, I like this role.
Like, wouldn't the running backs be like pissed off that they just did a 73-yard and then they bring someone in to get the touchdown?
Or very winded.
I guess, but I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
Who vultured that
I
touchdown?
don't know that
didn't see
Christian McCaffrey can complain about his red zone chances, though.
I understand, but I mean, this is like money. That's like I don't
Yeah.
know. Like,
I guess there's incentives for getting a certain amount of stats, right? So
Yeah, I think the 73-yarder's hard because I think he's got to be worn out.
yeah,
yeah.
So
Who was the guy that took it from him?
I think
Mason.
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 Yeah. So who knows? That's a good question.
I
we can
was
maybe we
curious
get
about
Christian
that.
CMC on and ask him about that next season.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting.
That would be awesome.
Okay, let's
future
let's
sponsor of the show.
let's talk wideouts here. This is where it usually gets hard. but
This is where you guys will
well,
come back down to earth.
it's not then who I thought it would be.
I will be shocked if you guys get more than 2 of the top 5.
Really?
more than 2.
Yeah, it's not the Rams wide receivers. They're too expensive.
That's who I was going to guess, but if
Maybe they're in the top 5.
I'll go Drake London.
Nope.
Oh well.
No? Okay.
Not even close. Though.
What about Rashee Rice?
That was going to be another
He
guess.
is 6th.
Nice.
6th.
There we
All
go.
Not
right.
bad.
Right on the cusp there.
He's been pretty consistent. His
Yeah.
price really hasn't reflected that yet.
Correct.
Wow.
Breaking news: Brian Robinson ruled out this week. That's not
Okay.
really that
That's
breaking.
going to affect Gibson. May not come off the field, right?
Yeah.
Let's see here.
What about a Washington receiver? I'll go. Oh, you were gonna. That's where you were going.
No. You go ahead.
Curtis Samuel.
You gotta guess though.
No, but Terry McLaurin was third. So you're right.
In the vicinity. That's weird that they would want McLaren over.
I'm going to give you guys a hint.
Wait. I don't need a hint.
He doesn't need a hint.
He puts up the hand.
Wait.
I mean,
I didn't want to take my take away from me. Odell Beckham Jr.
No.
Dang it.
Hey, Jared.
Dang it.
No.
I need that hint.
But thank you for wasting our time with that.
So can I give you the hint?
Yes,
now?
please give me the hint.
So you all mentioned a Rams receiver. A Rams receiver is in the top 5.
What was it? Atwell?
Is it Nakua? Puka?
No.
Cup?
What?
Didn't Atwell get injured?
That guy. Oh, what's his name?
Former Chief, I believe.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
His name is Robinson something. I
DeMarcus
think.
Robinson.
Yeah.
Wow, there it is. We got right to that. We were right all over
He
that.
had 10 targets last week.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Let's hear it.
$3,600.
And who's this new tight end they have that had some targets too?
Allen. I can't remember his first name. But yeah, Davis Allen. I think it was.
Not to be confused with Alan Sue.
Right.
Yeah.
Not Alan Sue,
No.
for sure.
Yep, Davis Allen. That was his name.
Okay.
He had 15 fantasy points, 5 targets.
So let's hear the top 10.
Okay, so top 10 is Olave, Ayuk, Puka, Rashee Rice, DeAndre Hopkins, Garrett Wilson's 4th, McLaurin's 3rd, Jaden Reed is 2nd, and Demarcus Robinson is number 1. The highest owned receiver,
Demarcus Robinson, 1.
is
Okay.
19% owned.
Well, how
So
much
very
does
spread out.
how much does DeMarcus cost this week?
36.
36.
3,600.
So Puka was number 3, huh?
No. Puka was like 8th.
8th. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's like what we've always said, right? There's a common theme. Like if the
Quarterback.
quarterback is projected high, usually
mean,
the receivers are coming
yeah,
with
Running back was Rams. Running back was
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
They like the
So
Rams.
people
this
are
week.
really high on the Rams this week.
Makes sense.
Okay, should we take a shot at tight end?
I think you should.
Yeah.
This is,
I do not think y'all will do well.
Okay.
Tight end.
I'm gonna just guess him just because I think he's tough not to play. What about Trey McBride?
3rd.
Oh, I think who didn't do well?
I stand corrected.
Yes.
Let's see here.
You're clearly gonna miss it if you've taken this long.
Is Isaiah Likely back up there again?
I don't believe he's on the main slate.
Yeah, I haven't
Is
seen
he?
any
Oh
Baltimore.
yeah, Sunday 7:20 p.m. All right, whatever. I'll just take a shot. Davis Allen.
That's not a bad guess, I don't think.
Not a bad guess, but nowhere near the top. He's like 30th.
30th.
I mean, there's only
So
29.
he's
votes.
actually really close to the bottom.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, give it to us. We're not gonna get this.
Tucker Kraft is number 1.
Okay, that makes sense.
Chiga Konkwu is 2nd.
Stage.
Trey McBride is 3rd. David Njoku is 4th. Travis Kelsey is 5th.
Okay.
The highest owned tight end, Tucker Kraft, is coming in at 17%.
Okay.
I
He
actually
didn't do all that much. I'm surprised. Did he do a lot? I started him last week. I don't
Kraft.
think
I don't think he
I don't think
did.
he did anything like over the top. I think like we've always talked about tight end. Some weeks you can play 2. This is a bad week for tight end.
so.
Yeah, I don't think Kelsey's gonna pay off that price this week against New
I
England.
don't know if I'm going to play Kelsey the rest of the season, man.
I'm
At
not
his
sure
price
either.
right now, he's just not producing what he needs to.
I don't even want to guess defense. I have no idea. I'm just gonna say it. I got a guess, but if we need to guess,
All right, do your guess, and then I'll just pick a guess.
New England, 2,300.
Just outside the top 10.
Okay,
Not terrible.
Fair.
I'm gonna go with the Giants.
The Giants.
Just above New England.
Okay,
Okay, so
good job.
So you want the top 5?
Yep.
Let's hear it. I don't even know who people are playing this week on defense.
So Buffalo is 2,400 against Dallas. I
Okay.
think it's just a price play. Number 2, the Dolphins at 4,000 against the Jets. The Rams are
That seems
3,100.
absurd.
Cleveland is 4th. Tampa Bay is 5th.
Okay. Okay. So what do
alrighty
you
then.
think? You ready to talk?
yep.
now that we know who the public is playing, we are going to do the lock and load segment. We're, like I always say, this is where the show takes off a little bit. We get Jared hyped up, and he starts throwing names at us to stick in the lineup. We've done a lot of good job agreeing on some lock and loads in the last week. You tried to use Chase Brown as a lock and load, but we didn't allow, and you got him in anyway, and it worked out.
Yeah.
Who are we locking and loading this week, do you think?
I just want to snort the chalk and start with Matthew Stafford. He's been crazy. The last few weeks, he's scored 23 and 23 fantasy points and 24 fantasy points, and has thrown 3 touchdowns every single game, if not 4.
Pretty consistent. Going to be pretty popular. Juice, thoughts?
I like him a lot. I agree. It's hard to debate the price with him at $6,000. I mean,
It's weird they made him so cheap.
Yeah, he's cheaper than Sam Howell, and he's outperformed him
here's
every
the
single
thing,
week.
though. Here's my pushback with Stafford. What is his highest points he scored in a game on DraftKings this year?
24.4.
I was going to say, I think we just touched his ceiling, right?
So, like, if he gets his best game of the season, is 24 points going to kill us if we don't have it?
It's not going to kill us, but he's pretty cheap.
He is cheap.
It's like
give you
the
that.
worst pass defense in the league.
I think technically Philadelphia is the worst, but second worst.
Okay, so second worst.
I almost would rather play Kyron Williams and maybe leverage.
See, I've had this issue with my builds on whether I want to play Brock Purdy or I want to play Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of the same thing. What are your thoughts on Kyron Williams this week?
I like him. I mean, I have nothing against him.
So if we were going to play Kyron Williams, Juice, who would you suggest at the quarterback spot? Sam Howell?
I think Washington will be behind the whole game, which means that they'll be throwing the ball.
They throw no matter what.
Yeah. I almost would rather just play like Gibson and Williams together, Antonio Gibson. Because I think what's going to happen is I think they're going to get behind, and I think the Gibson in a
You
negative
mean
game
Gibson
script.
and Howell?
No. I don't even think I need to play Howell. I think play Gibson and Williams.
Oh, play the 2 running backs from this game.
Yeah, which I think is like going to be very sort of contrarian. But I think Gibson is like, if they get up ahead, he's going to run the ball, and if they're playing from behind, he's going to catch the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he definitely. Yeah,
And he's cheap, dude.
They've got that other running back out of Kentucky, Rodriguez or whatever.
You guys 5,200?
Yeah, I don't mind Gibson as a play at all this week. I don't mind Williams as a play this week.
I'm fine with going with it.
But that
running
still
backs
leaves us what's happening at quarterback.
We can take it out for now. I'm fine with that. We should maybe pick our defense and then see what the average on every other
Okay.
spot
I'll tell you
is.
who I kind of like at quarterback. I don't think anyone's going to go back to again or this week is Lamar Jackson. I think that Baltimore-Jacksonville game is going to be sort of juicy under the radar.
Okay,
Um,
I could do that, and maybe pair it with a cheap Odell Beckham.
yeah.
I think he's gotten a touchdown 3 out of the 4 last games. Let me check.
Jackson is definitely playing for that 1 seed.
I did just check the weather. There was a little bit of weather concerns there.
Right. Wow, Beckham's cheap.
Yeah, he's really cheap. In that stat was wrong. He's only gotten 1 touchdown in the last 4 games, but still,
Who's that?
Odell Beckham.
Okay.
I also, guys, I just really have a hard time fading Brock Purdy anymore. Like,
It's another tough.
he's been so good.
Such a good matchup, though, too.
It's such a good matchup. He's been so solid. I mean, it's just like he's just like 300 yards, 2 or 3 touchdowns every week. And I think a lot of people will play Stafford, and for good reason. I don't think he's a bad play at all. But we've seen the ceiling, and it's not anything that we like have to totally worry about.
Right.
You know, I'd sort of rather play Purdy on the road in just as good an environment against Arizona than Stafford.
I'm fine with. I'm not going to argue with Purdy. Are you?
No.
Uh,
He's $800 more. Who would you want to pair him with if we paired him with anybody?
I got to look at receiver. Debo's been crushing.
Yep.
and he's
He's got a little bit of a
price increase,
what's he at now?
7,700,
Okay, that's actually a big price increase.
Yeah.
and Ayuk's at 7,200.
I wouldn't mind Ayuk. Let's see the targets last few weeks.
He's had 9 and 7 the last 2 weeks, and
mean-
20 and 15 fantasy points.
He hasn't gotten in the box really.
Mm-mm.
I mean, let's put it this way. Like last week, he had 9 targets, 6 catches for 126 yards, no touchdowns. If he has a touchdown in that game, he blows up.
Yeah.
Right?
Actually, last week was the only week over the last 5 weeks where he
Where
didn't
he
get a
hasn't
touchdown.
scored a touchdown,
Yeah.
but he had the most volume
Yeah.
by far.
Who, Ayuk?
Yeah.
I like Ayuk. Let's give Ayuk a shot.
Okay.
Are we worried about running it back with Arizona?
No.
If we were going to run it back with Arizona, I think McBride would be the answer, right?
Maybe.
Oh yeah, if McBride's not too expensive, I would do that. He's got the volume.
I mean, he just last week, just watching the game, I was like, "Holy crap, they're going to pass it to him every play."
And, yeah, that's what it looked like. I watched that game too.
How many? Let's hear the true stats.
So the last week he played before the bye, he had 9 targets, 8 receptions, 89 yards, and a touchdown. And then the last 3 weeks before that, 9 targets, 7 targets, 9 targets.
Okay, I mean that's
So,
pretty consistent.
Yeah.
We like volume. Okay, now let's move to defense. We've got a little team build here. We got a core so far. If I were doing this, I would pair the Patriots with Ezekiel Elliott as at our flex spot. Did you guys watch that game?
Yeah, I did.
Talk about somebody who was like, "Holy crap, are they going to ever stop throwing it to Ezekiel Elliott?"
I know he
Yeah.
had
Literally. Plus, he has the sickest helmet in football. Can we agree on that? Like, do you guys know what I'm talking about?
No,
Yeah.
I don't actually.
Check out Ezekiel Elliott's helmet.
Yeah.
Nobody else is wearing it. It's like got a built-in like dark visor. It's like the new style. Like it's pretty incredibly cool. I wonder if it's a custom. I want the story on why Zeke's helmet's cooler than the rest of the leagues. What do you guys think of that? I mean, I'm fine with playing that.
I
on
like
my own
playing
team.
Elliott, and if we want to pair it with New England, that's fine with me. They're really cheap.
They're really cheap, and I mean, Kansas City still throws the ball. I mean, I think that New England has some chance for some sacks, right?
Yeah.
Why don't we?
What's your thoughts, Juice, on a?
I have an idea here.
Okay.
I do like Zeke, totally. So, but I'm thinking maybe instead of Kyron, we put Zeke in the running back,
Okay.
and then we talked about Demarcus Robinson at $3,600.
Mm-hmm.
I love that play. I mean, if he gets half the targets he got last week, he's still worth it at $3,600 in my opinion.
It's cheap. I like
Yeah.
it.
It's
You
cheap.
know?
We like volume.
Yeah.
And it's that terrible Washington defense that Jared is telling us about, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I like this so far. Are we going New England D?
Yeah. I just went with that.
Juice?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I mean, wow, this lineup's building itself.
Yep. I took out the quarterback, so right now I have a flex and a wide receiver and a quarterback spot for
I think-
6,900 each.
I think we're Purdy.
We're
going
doing
Brock
Purdy?
Purdy on quarterback, right?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that's what we had kind of.
You getting out the important documentation, or what are we getting out?
Yeah, serving up some legal papers.
Uh-oh.
I think my computer just died.
Uh-oh.
That's all right.
Juice is blind. 6,900 left for the wide receiver and flex spot is not
Not bad.
bad at all.
Not bad. We could put Williams just in the flex with with kind of money, and then we've got 6,400 still for that last wide receiver spot.
Play both Williams and Robinson.
Yeah, I played Robinson, Williams. Yeah, played them both.
Hopkins is not terrible. Playing his old team, right? In Houston. Yeah.
Nuke Hopkins.
Let's see who else is out there in this flex. Love Kyron.
Started getting buzzing.
Buzzing.
Did you plug something in?
I just plugged my computer in because I didn't think this was like working for some reason. Okay, can you go over what we've got so far?
Is the mics okay?
Let me see if it's just my headset or if it's the. You guys can keep talking.
We've got so far Purdy,
Uh-huh.
Zeke,
Okay, Zeke.
Gibson, Ayuk,
Okay.
Robinson, McBride. There's been talk about putting Williams in the flex. I didn't love exactly who that left. I was wondering if it sounds okay, right?
No, yeah, it's going into the mics.
What is?
The buzzing. Can you unplug your computer real quick just see if that's what it was? Yeah, that's what it was. For some reason, that's causing it to buzz.
Really?
Wow.
Yep.
It's been doing it the whole time?
No, it just did it whenever you plugged your computer in.
Is it buzzing now?
Yep.
Oh, that's crazy. Should be okay.
Okay.
All right.
Keep going.
Okay. So,
And we got New England as D, right?
yep. I did not put Williams yet in the flex just to talk other options. I'm not saying Williams shouldn't be in the flex. I just wanted to explore.
So we have 69.50 for two spots, wide receiver and flex, correct?
Right. I think another flex consideration we should make is Bijan. Is it Bijan? Did I say that right?
Bjorn.
Bijan Robinson.
So we took Williams out.
I've taken him out not because I don't think he should play, but we have one Ram playing, and I would like to at least explore some other options.
Okay.
Plus we have 20 minutes of show left. So
Here's another idea. Rashee Rice has been getting the volume.
Yeah.
6,100. I still don't think he's like his salary's caught up with his production.
No, I don't think so either. He's gotten 10, 9, and 10 targets over the last few weeks.
We could do an onslaught Debo, Ayuk,
Robinson.
Purdy stack. Like just hope this game explodes.
Yeah, they're going to need, I think at their prices, the three of them would need like about 80 points, right? About
Yeah.
to pay off.
We've also got
And they have, over the last 3 weeks, all three of them have paid off together.
Take it we didn't like the Bijan Robinson call.
no. We got a lot of money here if we play Rashee. And another guy that's been silently killing it is Mike Evans. Has been pretty good this year. He didn't do well last week.
He had a bad game last week.
He had a bad week. No one's going to be on him. Saquon Barkley's been doing fairly well, it seems like, the last few weeks.
He's definitely a consideration.
So we have some options here.
We could always play Rashid White. He's been popular.
Right, Rashad White's
Yep.
been good. Like, if we don't necessarily want to attack the Chiefs on defense, there's other defense options that we can sort of pay up for a little bit.
That might be a road to go.
I mean, out of everything that I've heard so far, I really like the Ayuk and Debo Purdy stack.
the onslaught stack.
Yeah.
Just give it to him. Just give it all of them.
Just put all the chips in. Say,
Yep. Because the
Go.
chips have worked. Looking at these stats, the chips have worked with that play the last 3 weeks. They've all put up some pretty good numbers.
For some reason, I don't love Rice at New England.
Okay.
I feel like that's the one.
I agree with that because New England.
I almost like going down at wide receiver and a little bit up at defense. What do you think about that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite defense that we just want to squeeze?
No,
in?
not necessarily. I mean, I will also say this, and I don't know, like, if it was a product of just the game, but dude, Drake London last week.
I was just looking at him.
Holy-
numbers were crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
they are super
Now
crazy
he's
for
playing
some.
in weather this week, a little bit
a little bit of weather
versus
Yeah,
a
that's
dome
true.
last week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's against Carolina. For some reason, though, every single time I play him on the week that he does.
Yeah, that's how it's been with Robinson for me too.
Yeah.
So
Garrett Wilson also got some good production last week as well.
Yeah, the only thing that concerned me was the weather that you were talking about.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, he got the volume. 14 targets last week whenever
Hopkins
Zach
and the,
Wilson
Hopkins
started.
I
and the
don't
return
mind
to,
Hopkins either. I mean,
the Hopkinson return to Houston game. It intrigues me.
I like it
yeah.
actually.
Yeah, I like that
mean,
too.
and you also, like, if we remember, Levis was the fourth projected owned quarterback this week.
Yeah, I like that. I would do that.
That has us playing New England's D, by the way, which I don't mind.
That's fine. I don't mind.
I mean, that's a solid lineup. You want to hear what we got?
Yes.
Purdy, Elliott, Zeke, Gibson, Ayuk, Hopkins, Robinson, McBride, Debo, Patriots.
And we've spent all our money.
Christian, what do you think? You like the lineup? Yeah, he's nodding yes.
I think it's solid. Not a single dart throw. Everybody has some volume behind them. I mean, well, Demarcus Robinson's kind of a dart throw, but
He's
like,
chalk though. I mean, and I think he's going to be pretty popular.
Yeah, so at 3,600, he can't really hurt
yeah,
us.
you don't need much from him in a game where it's pretty favorable. I like it.
I do too.
I think
really
this
like
might be a week where I just don't touch it and just let it sit.
I would be shocked if that's the case.
I think it is going to be the case. I like it.
There's no player this week that you were touting as highly as Chase Brown, though. I mean, you were.
I know, but Chase Brown, I just felt it last week. I don't have a player like that
don't
this
have that
week.
feeling
No,
this
I don't
week?
have that feeling this week.
So just FYI, Hopkins the last 2 weeks has gotten 12 targets in each game.
Wow.
Yeah, he's on fire.
Yeah, and against I love the narrative too against Houston.
Yeah.
I like
And
it.
Houston is banged up.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
Sucks because it looked like they were gonna.
And Tennessee's kind of a hot team with Will Levis playing with a lot of confidence.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
I like the lineup.
I do too.
The only thing that I really played in my lineup was I played some Purdy and I played some Elliott. This is better than anything I've come up with. So.
I like it.
Okay.
Both Ayuk and Debo got 9 targets last week.
Nice. Yeah, they can definitely both pay off. That's not an issue.
Yeah.
Trying to squeeze Christian McCaffrey in there and getting them all to pay off would be tough.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully this is a passing week. Hopefully they give Christian a little bit of break.
Yeah. Or maybe he just gets his one long run again at the beginning, and then they throw the ball from then
I
on.
noticed in our lineup we got a lot of red.
We do.
We do have a lot of red jerseys in our lineup. Okay, so let's talk about other plays that we're not using that we love this week. Let's go. Anybody got any more value? Any favorite value plays that we're not haven't talked about or not utilizing this lineup?
The other one that I mentioned was Odell Beckham. He got 9 targets last week, but he's only 4,000. But Juice said there might be some weather concerns there. So I mean, that was
What
one
about
that I was
Juice?
looking at.
What you got any cheap punts that we haven't talked about or utilized in this lineup?
I'll be interested to see like what happens with the Green Bay receivers because I think Jaden Reed and Watson are both banged up. So if they both sit, man, I mean, is it a Romeo Dobbs type week?
I can't seem to get Green Bay correct. Every time I try to rely on them, they have one of their slow games, and every time I go away from him, they blow up again.
Yeah.
So Christian Watson's out again.
Potentially.
Okay.
Potentially.
What about Reed?
He's banged up as well.
Is he?
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of gave him a Debo role where they gave him 4 to 5 carries last week, and that's a cheap guy performing.
Yeah.
I do have one more
One more, give it to us.
that
We
I
got
feel
time.
pretty good about. And it just depends on if he gets out of concussion protocol, which it looks like he's going to. But Demario Douglas against Kansas City. And Zappy had a pretty good week last week, threw 3 touchdowns, did a lot of passing attempts. And whenever Demario Douglas has been healthy, he's been getting a lot of volume.
Yeah.
He did get 9 targets last week.
Yeah. The last week that he played.
Yeah.
He's only 3,900, backed up by 9 to 7 targets a game.
Like it. We got to make sure he plays.
It looks like everybody's saying that he's going to. So 3,900, I'd give that a shot.
So what about let's go the other direction. What about top shelf? Who do we think is going to break the slate? What did we call it? Decide we were going to call this segment?
What was it? You came up with it last week.
No, Julio came up with Matt's Monster something. Anyway, who's the best play? Who's the total point getter or breaks the slate? Who's the most important play of the week?
I think it's going to be
Or plays if you want to do a stack.
This would be the Jared's Juggernaut. Play.
the Jared's Juggernaut play of the week is Cooper Kupp. With he got 10 targets last week, 115 yards, 1 touchdown, going up against Washington. I think he gets 30 fantasy points this week.
He probably could use a blow up week, right?
I think he's going to get it this week.
What about you, Juice? You got any top shelf that you like a lot that we haven't discussed?
I don't, man. I think this is going to be a low scoring week.
The name that I think is most shocking that hasn't been mentioned is CeeDee Lamb. We kind of ignored the Dallas Buffalo game.
He just kind of had his ho-hum week, and he still scored 19 DraftKings.
Yeah, and he's
points last week.
9,200. I don't know. I don't have to play
Not
CD
big
Lamb.
CD guys. What
Not
about-
this week.
What about none of the Philadelphia guys?
I like Smith this week. I don't really like AJ Brown.
Instead, just because Brown hasn't been performing.
Yeah, just because he's so expensive, and if he doesn't hit, it kind of like messes up your whole team.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this question. So let's say you get last year's Cooper Cup, but the price is only $700-800. Are you going to pay for that?
Yeah.
I
But
think
they
that's
also have like another Cooper Cup on the team. That's the
know.
tough part.
yeah, the Puka Nakua, but I mean
Puka Cup.
Puka Cup.
Puka Cup.
I'd like to see this year. Yeah. Cooper Cup is over the years as a player that I can't seem to get right.
I'll give a little explosion play.
Whoa.
I think
Juice's explosion play.
I think this week,
Lock this in.
this is one of those weeks where we go, man, we should have played this dude. Patrick Mahomes is coming off a bitter loss, PR sort of nightmare. I mean, like people were kind of saying he's a crybaby, this and that, and
Yeah.
for good reason. I mean, I think he was really frustrated. This could be one of those weeks where he just puts all his chips in, shoves them all in,
Yeah.
and just goes nuclear.
Remind me who Kansas City's playing?
New England.
No, okay, that's right. We talked about that.
I mean, this could be. I'm curious to see if KC is really as flawed offensively as we think they might be, or if maybe they start to get on a little bit of a run.
Yeah.
So while we're there, what are your guys' thoughts on the penalty? Did
Uh,
you watch it live?
I watched it live, and it's very frustrating because it does look like Kadarius Toney checked with the ref. He did a little finger point to make sure he was
I've
in a
heard
good spot.
that he
I've
was.
heard he didn't.
I heard that was.
There's video
checking
footage.
The sideline. Though.
He checked the sign. He pointed to the dude. There's video footage of this, and then he lined up, and then the ref did a little nod, and as soon as he went off, the ref threw the flag.
Okay, so I did not watch it, and I heard something different. So I'm going to go by what you said.
Yeah, I heard that he talked to the sideline that he was looking for the play call.
Well, I mean,
But
he said in
I've
a
heard
press
both.
conference. I don't know. Maybe that's what the video footage is showing, but he did the little point and then lined up.
If you looked at the ref and the ref didn't say anything, then that's a bad call.
And they said afterwards that players regularly do that.
Yeah.
They check with the ref. Am I good? And then it's like a normal occurrence in the NFL.
I mean, when we're even imitating wide receivers, we always do the check with the ref.
Yeah.
But is it the ref's duty to give him a warning? They said that the frustration from Mahomes was that there was no warning, that they usually get a warning, and the ref said he was so offsides that he couldn't even see the ball, and so
I mean, yeah, his foot was definitely fully on.
if the
line.
ref had gotten the opportunity to see how the play ends, do you think he leaves the flag in his pocket?
I don't.
Probably.
Well, he did throw it, but yeah, he threw it before it even happened. But
So are we concerned that that's going to become more and more common now that Travis Kelce displayed it on that play? Do you think that we're going to see that again?
a lot of back laterals.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done it a few
There's a
times
video
this year.
on YouTube of a rugby team playing a football team, and they're doing it, and it's very effective.
Yeah.
You know, he played quarterback in high school, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had heard that.
Yeah.
I mean, he threw a bead. That was a danger. It wasn't the safest pass ever either.
No, but he threw it to a wide open
So
Kadarius Toney.
I was talking to Toby, and he was 2 seconds ahead of me, and he started just screaming, and I'm like, "What are you screaming?" He's like, "Oh my god, that's the coolest play ever." I think they're gonna call it back though, and
yeah, and they did.
they definitely did.
Well, I guess my whole thing is I think Mahomes has just had enough. He's frustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I could see him having a big week.
Yeah, I
We'll
can see it.
We'll see.
My only concern is Bill Belichick is really great at shutting down the player that they like to focus on the most. So
I think in years past, I would agree with you. I'm not sold on the Bill Belichick mystique anymore.
I'm not not on the as a whole, but he's always been good
But
at that.
didn't they just shut out Oakland or Las Vegas, who scored 63 points last night?
I think Kasha could have scored 63 points on the Chargers.
on the
Tell you what,
Chargers last night? Oh
that
my
team
God!
that
What a
Casher played in
ridiculous
the
game.
second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, they definitely
would
could
have
have
scored
yeah.
63 points.
They for sure.
Oh my!
could've.
We got rolled.
Such an embarrassing game last night
It was.
for the Chargers.
I watched 3 minutes of it. So
I was checking my NBA scores and I put a little showdown lineup in or something.
you got any? Are there big NBA slate tonight?
Yeah, Friday's usually a big one.
You got an NBA nugget you're going to give away on the show here?
I really haven't looked. Let's see.
NBA is all about value. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
I love NBA. It's just so fun.
The last
But it's frustrating too.
The
It's
last-
very maddening.
time I played, Luca it's Luca had what 75 points at half or whatever, or
Oh, my
60
goodness.
something. But he didn't end up blowing up. He had him and Embiid kind of finished at the same, but he had a giant first half.
And then just slowed down on the
And then
second one.
slowed down. He only scored like 10 points in the second half.
Oh wow.
Blowouts are very problematic in the NBA because it's all about minutes, right?
Yep.
And if your team's up big time, they might lose that final rotation 6-7 minutes, and they're not going to get there. So that's always something you have to think about. But the Indiana-Washington game has a 260-point total.
Hey, when did
Indiana, Washington.
The
Okay.
Pacers just have become the scoring
These are
fest
two of the worst offenses or defenses
ever.
historically.
Yeah,
I'm gonna log that in my brain.
260 points.
that's crazy.
Indiana, Washington.
Well, any other DFS? We the lineup just kind of went in smoothly today.
Just came together
I think it had to do with
flawlessly.
Christian being here. I
Yeah.
just wanted to be efficient. And
It just got things
Impressive.
done.
Yeah, the computer wanted to impress him too. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to screw up today.
Yes, that's a very
Good
nice
job.
relief.
one question for you, Matt.
Sure.
We're coming on bull season.
Okay.
What are your expectations for Jackson Arnold in the bowl game?
I think he'll have a big game. I think he'll.
What
I
do you
bet
want? What do you want to see from him?
5 total touchdowns at least.
Okay.
Rushing and passing.
And who are they playing again?
Arizona
Okay.
should not be an issue. Should be just a high score. I think Arizona will score a ton of points on us too.
Yeah.
It's worrisome with the offensive line basically being gone
That is
for
worrisome,
Oklahoma. What do you guys think of the Final Four matchups? Big feelings? Is this Michigan's year?
I have no idea if it's college
What do you
football.
think about the Final Four? Do you think anybody got snubbed?
I watched that Florida State game, and if I were the committee, I would not agree that they were one of the 4 best teams.
I wouldn't
going.
either.
Yeah. I would put Georgia and Ohio State over them, to be honest.
Where did Carolina end up on?
Like the Tar Heels?
Yeah, like how where did they rank?
Like somewhere in the
It
top-
wasn't it Reggie. Who's the wide receiver that is coaching a football team this year?
Oh, you mean Deion Sanders?
Deion Sanders.
Wow,
What did
this
his?
is some educated talk.
I just said that I don't know college football.
He
I'm not-
coaches at Colorado. There's
Yeah.
a TV show about it if you want to watch it.
I haven't been watching it
I've
either.
only seen 2 episodes.
I know. We were complaining about that the other day. When did the other 2 come out?
I don't know. I was really into it.
Yeah, we wanted to watch the next
Even Jenny
game
was into it. She was like watching it and like
because they play Nebraska in the next game. I
Yeah.
wanna watch
Yeah, maybe they stopped because they started losing.
possibly.
the last half of Coach Prime's season 2 is not going to be as exciting as the first part of it. Any final thoughts for the listeners? I'll do it since we have time.
Well, who do you
Please
think's
like
gonna,
and
who do you think's going to win the national championship?
I'll go Texas.
Wow.
I hope so. If Worthy is healthy, Worthy not being healthy could really affect Texas.
You hope so. You want Texas to win?
I don't know that I'm rooting for him, but I think that I would like to see someone not named Alabama win it, right? And I think Michigan's a bunch of cheaters. I don't want Washington to win it. I don't know
I
that.
kind of want Washington to win.
Do you?
I think it'd be cool to see them win.
I think Michael Penix is going to have a big game to beat Texas. But he's come through in every other game. That nobody thought they'd beat Oregon twice, so I'm excited for it. Yeah.
Nice.
But while we have a minute, let's ask you guys to like and subscribe. We're going to
Yes.
be coming back with a big year next year as we end
Yes,
this
we
year.
are.
We're going to put together 3 more shows, maybe a playoff show. And then we're coming big strong. Ongoing talks with Mike Goins' agent to see if we can get him in here.
A lot of NIL money coming.
A lot
his
of
way.
money, yes. A lot of ass on that part probably coming.
I'm looking at next week. I mean, is anyone going to be out of town?
I won't be out of town next week, but the week after that,
Okay,
I will
so
be out of
but
town.
at least for the 22nd, we should
We're
be
good.
I'll
Yeah,
be
we're
here.
good.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's end it then. You
Yep.
guys, anything?
Nope, that's it.
Good lineup.